Welcome back, viewers, to another edition of Heads Up. And gee, we're right in the depths of winter. And last week we had a really heavy track at Otaki. We got a really heavy track at Christchurch again. See, they've got the all-weather track online there, so that's coming in pretty soon, which a lot of trainers will be looking forward to. But good to see you, Goat. You were there last week at Otaki enjoying the racing and the Ryder Cup. Gee, what a race that turned out to be.
We're not playing golf, are we, Neil? Ryder Stakes? I'm a rocker bee. I'll tell you what, it was a great day at Otaki from a human interest point of view. The Emotion Shine won by Liam Cowrie, riding his first winner.
Yep.
Winner of the first. And then Erin Layton getting her first stakes winner on I'm a Rocker Bee. She's a real hard-working jockey, made a real fist of it since coming back to the saddle about 3 or 4 months ago. And the Emotion Shine there with all her family around and riding that horse to perfection, and then adding another one later in the day to make it 2 from 2. It was great to see, and that's what racing is about. Horses, dreams, not always the big money, but just those people that are hard workers of the industry, getting their due rewards for their work. And I'm a Rocker Bee. Well trained, you'd have to say, with an 8-week gap between the Castletown and the Ryder. Kept up to the mark by Karen McQuaid and was too strong in the pretty puggy testing conditions that presented at Otaki. Yeah, boy, good. I'd say he's on to the Wanganui Guineas next, I think, and they kind of gapped the rest, really, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did. No, it was a good training effort, all right. That thing in the first race, I was on Brucey. Ooh. He was gone 600 metres out. I thought, he's not going to get near them, but gee, did he unwind the last little bit? Well, the rest were just slowing down, weren't they? Yeah.
I'd stick with that horse just quietly, Neil. Brucey, I think it's got a bit of upside to it. And I know the camp was pretty confident of a big run, and 2 more strides, you would have had it.
Maybe stick a few hurdles in the way next time. He might be an even better bet. And you mentioned how it's so great to see the emotion. And during the week, we had Lisa Carrington winning 3 gold medals. And gee, they talked about her training regime, training 3 times a day, 6 times a week, just so focused. And even from a young age, teachers were talking about her and saying how focused she was. So just goes to show you see the glory of the gold and the glory of the Group 1 wins, but you don't really see or know too much about what goes behind and on the scenes, do you? So just you can see what the emotion comes out big time.
Yeah, absolutely. The old saying, Neil, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary.
That's right. Yeah.
She's the ultimate professional, Lisa Carrington. She's just meticulous with her training, her planning, everything about what she's there to do. She knows exactly how to do it, and I think she just dominates them from the front, a bit like Sunline in a way, just goes straight to the front and breaks their hearts. And it's going to be interesting this afternoon in the K4. So she's got 3 teammates this time, whether they can get another gold medal.
Yeah, no, that'll be even a level up, you think, for the personal satisfaction when we've got 3 other team members to help guide you to a gold medal. Hopefully, you'll be watching that all right. Last week, the Warriors, do you need to say anything more about the Warriors?
Well, they win when they're not supposed to, and they lose when they're supposed to win. And yeah, I copped a bit of stick at Otaki, actually. One of our subscribers gave me some stick, which was very much deserved. So, Neil, it is now official. I am never, ever, ever backing for or against the Warriors on this podcast ever again.
Never say never or never.
No, I'm done with them.
I don't blame them. Did that person's first name start with E?
No, it didn't actually. E. I'll have to think who that might be.
You probably didn't know him there. Anyway, that's a good case for making councillors a lot of money. Those Warriors. Anyway, we meant to talk about last season's highlights, and I was going to come up with something, and I was going through the form and results and everything. And one that really stuck out to me was Agon winning not the 2000 Guineas, although that was a really good win. We were on them then, but Agon and the Karaka Million at Ellerslie in January. And just from the point of view that Lee Finnis was pretty confident before the race, and you could see the personal satisfaction in his body language after the race when he beat Amaralina. With a terrific ride, and he's going on to really good, strong races this campaign too. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he goes here and in Australia.
Yeah, it was I guess it was the match race. Those two were by far and away the top of the market, Emeralina and Aegon, and they might not have gone 600 or 800 out like Waverley Star and Bone Crusher did in the Cox Plate, but their last 200-metre battle where they both kind of came to the scene at the same time, Emeralina out wide and Aegon threading his way through, and then they sat down to fight it out, and it was pretty stirring stuff really, and still kind of getting over it. I think there was about 100 grand result riding on Emeralina and the Boys Get Paid Punters Club, but that's racing. Big time jockey Lee Thinnis. When you want a cool, calm and collected ride in a big race, he's the man to go to, and he got the job done. And Aegon, yeah, went to Australia, won first up, didn't quite go so well thereafter, but I'm sure he'll be back bigger and better in the spring.
Yeah, too right. Now, sports bet, a big game tomorrow night down at Dunedin under the
Garden of Eden, Aaron Smith's 100th. Wallabies haven't beaten the All Blacks at Eden Park since 1986. All those things that we know about. So we know that the All Blacks will be winning the game, but I'm going to take one of my old sneaky favourites, the old halftime point start bet. I think the Wallabies can keep it close in that first 40 minutes. Remember, they did push the All Blacks at Wellington and beat them over in Australia last year. So they're not the worst team in the world. I think, yes, they've had a few players out due to indiscretion. And I think that might just lift the team a little bit, at least in that first half. So we'll go Australia plus 10.5 points at $1.83 in the halftime point start market, just 2 units on that. Looking forward to the Bunnings NPC starting as well this weekend, Neil.
Oh, that'll be good to watch. Tasman involved in that, I suppose, aren't they? Tasman.
Yeah, Tasman, your team, they'll be the hardest to beat, you'd think, buying their way to a premiership.
Oh, comes in handy, that money. Right, last week's question was, and I know the answer.
Which horse won the Ryder Stakes and went on to run second in the Caulfield and Melbourne Cups? The answer was the horse they called the Wanganui Wonder Horse, Viandacross.
Yeah, no, terrific horse. And we had 5 correct answers. Give me a number between 1 and 5.
We'll go number 2.
Number 2, Warwick. Big tick beside you. Well done. A new subscriber, I think, so you'll be pleased. And new question.
Yeah, well, we're going to preview the Winter Cup shortly, and the favourite is, of course, Just Ask Me, trained by Alan Sharrock, who has had success in this race previously a couple of times. We just want to know one of the horses that Alan Sharrock has trained to win the Winter Cup in the past. Text or email that answer through to Neil by Tuesday night. You're in the draw for next week.
Yeah, 027 352 6402 or formpro@formpro.co.nz. Yeah, big race tomorrow at Christchurch, Riccarton Track. It's going to be really heavy. Rain there on Friday as we speak. So it's going to be a real slog. And it's just a track. You don't know if the inside is going to be off or on. Or usually they come out to the centre, but drawing the rail can be bloody disastrous. So just be wary of that. And Just Ask Me, drawing 20, that could just be the winning of the race. I don't know, about 60 kgs. Is that too much?
It has to be a concern, I'd say. I know that he's earned his 60, and you'd say the field isn't the most vintage of Winter Cup races over the past 20 years. It was good to see Trackside replaying some of those old races, actually. They were good to have a walk back down memory lane on some of those. But yeah, I couldn't be taking the $3.60, to be honest, on Just Ask Me. I've found one at a bit of value, double figures, Happy Star. John O'Benner, Holly Wynyard, the strike rate trainers of last season. This horse absolutely loves the mud. And I think the real heavy loose conditions that it will strike at Riccarton on Saturday will be right up its alley. It's drifted to $11. I think that's great money. Happy Star, great bet for me in the Winter Cup.
Yeah, not a bad rider on board too, Lisa Allpress, and she knows that track really well. And drawn 13 should be in a winning spot, you think. I've gone for a similar priced horse, Take the Deal, number 15. I was really impressed with the way he worked home at Oamaru last start behind Tappy's One. Tappy's One's got to be hard, but again, Just Ask Me, just too much weight. But you Take the Deal. He's got a good high knee action. He'll handle a real heavy slog down the straight. And I'd have thought at 10 and 330, he's got to be a decent each way chance. And don't forget my old mate Mon Vento, who last week lost a navigator just after the start. So we're at the start.
I think it was because they knew I labelled it as no hope in that race. So the jockey said, "Oh well, we're no hope. We'll jump off."
Jump off, yeah,
He actually
probably.
won the race, though, Neil.
Oh, did too, yeah.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
You'd be dirty if you ain't. Just ask me. You've won a listed race on your home track by 2 or 3 lengths, and basically the photo is ruined by a horse running down the outside of the track, blocking your horse. And one of those things, I'm sure they're not too worried. But yeah, I think Mon Vento beat Just Ask Me by about a nose or a head.
Yeah.
So you do need your rider to collect the coin.
Yeah. Yeah, they are a necessity these days, aren't they, riders? And no, I thought drawn out wide, chuck them in your first 4s, I will be. Right. Bats and bouquets.
Yeah, well, you've got one I think you want to touch on. You kind of mentioned it earlier in the program.
Yeah, at Cambridge Racetrack. I just think, once again, on Wednesday, we had some good racing there. Horses winning, like the first race, Lead Trail won. Horses sitting 3 wide on the pace or winning. Just seems like a really fair track. The only negative, really, it's quite a short straight. And so I'm quite pleased to see Riccarton is going to have a longer straight. So I think it'll give horses a chance to sort of just snag back, try and get cover, get balanced up in the straight, then come with a well-timed finish. So it's going to come down to the best jockeys, and who knows if there's going to be a bias there. Time will tell. But based on the Cambridge surface, I can't see, well, it probably won't happen, but I'll have to wait and see. But I see that and Awapuni starts soon, I see as well. So just a big tick. I think everyone, I was a bit doubtful to start with, but they did their homework properly and they came up with the right solution. I'd much rather have a bet there than on a slogging heavy 15 at Tiara or Trentham. So good stuff. How about yourself?
Yeah, no, full credit to the Cambridge Jockey Club. I think in my dealings in the Jockeys Association, they're probably one of the more proactive clubs and more than happy to help out and get things done. Mark Fraser Campen and his team there. So no, hats off to Cambridge. And, it's a big workload. They've got 1,000 horses in training. They hold a fair amount of trial meetings, and then they've got all these race meetings as well. So well done to everyone involved at Cambridge.
And I remember there's a meeting there a few weeks ago where it absolutely hosed down the night before and the day before, and it came up just like normal the next morning. Just amazing. So excellent training service. So well done, team. Rightio. Anything else you want to mention before we sign off?
One more thing just before we sign off, Neil. A very momentous occasion for you this week. You are now officially a grandfather for the first time. Congratulations, Pop.
Yeah, no, it's a great feeling. Really exciting week for us. And daughter was about a week overdue, and she's pleased to see it pop out too.
Was it a boy or a girl?
A girl, yeah, little Nellie. She's
Nellie.
Nellie, yeah.
After Black Caviar.
Yeah. Is it?
Well, that was her name.
Was it Nellie? Oh, Nellie, Nelly. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, sure. And I see Nellie Calder's winning the golf in Tokyo at the moment. So.
Oh, yeah, even better.
Yeah, no, Lucy was saying it was like being run over with a truck every 3 minutes. The pain, but she had a hell of a back pain. But anyway, who wants to be a woman? Oh.
Yeah, no, I've been been involved in that process, not fully involved, obviously, but yeah, I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. Childbirth, it doesn't look particularly enjoyable. What's the word?
Enjoyable. No?
Enjoyable. That's the word. So yeah, no, well done to you, Neil. I'm sure you'll get great pleasure, especially when you feed them up on sugar and then hand them back to the parents. That's thing grandparents can do, isn't it?
Yeah, revenge of 20 years ago. Looking forward to that. And yeah, big week coming up next week. Big jumps down south as well, and some good racing at Woodville. Hopefully, we could maybe touch on next week. Okay, so nothing else.
We might have to do a live podcast from Woodville, even.
Possibly, yeah. We'll see. Yeah, all will be revealed next Friday morning, anyway, by lunchtime, anyway. Anyway, everyone have a great week. Good day of punting, and back plenty of winners.